Demonstration of some of the characters that you voiced, you can do that as well, as all these people are here because they're fans of your work. Hello, my name is Howden. I'm an actor, voiceover. I think a lot of people have known me for Anders in Dragon Age 2. I also did the voice of Tintin in the game. I've been Star Wars: The Old Republic and various other things. Well, you want me to speak some Anders, do you? If you would like to, I'm sure there are many ladies out there that would like to hear some Anders. And some gentlemen as well, I'm sure. Maybe I'll focus on a lady in the front row or something. This lady here with the... Justice does not approve of my obsession with you. Very nice, very nice. It is one of the few things on which he and I disagree. What a charmer, what a charmer.
He is a romanceable character, so one lucky audience member today, if you ask the right sequence of questions.
Make sure you pick up star-shaped objects, pick up those.
Hello, my name is Alix and Regan. I play Samantha Trainer in Mass Effect 3, and I play Sir Courtenay in Dragon Age 1, I think. Thank you, yes, I'm getting a nod. And Hillis in the last story as well. I don't know no one's played that. I need to say some lines, right?
If you would like to, it's up to you. It's completely voluntary.
There are private messages at your terminal, Commander. It's a Precision Mark IV. You can't get these toothbrushes anywhere else. Just like to stress that.
Sam did have a bit of an obsession with those
romanceable for the women, if you know what I'm talking about. Any femcheps in here? Yeah, those two.
Well, we have the femchep in here, actually. Holly's in here. There she is.
Yay!
So moving on.
Am I here? Can you hear me? Yeah? Alright, testing. 1, 2, 3. I'm Hillis. Thank you. And I play a character called Lightning in Final Fantasy 13 and possibly another one. We're not sure about that. Lightning thinks that humans are tools. I'm not going to die for one of them. Also, I play Liara Tassoni in the Mass Effect series. So, love rival. Oh yes. Oh yes, it's a little tough sitting here next to her. But thank you, Commander. I really appreciate the attention. I think I have a few other games out there and a few more coming up, but those are, I think, some that you guys are interested in hearing about, yes?
Hello, my name is Courtenay Taylor. I play Jack in Mass Effect series. I also play Ada Wong in the new Resident Evil 6 game. I feel so bipolar doing lines from each one. Ada's something like, Albert Wesker was a colossal imbecile. Whereas Jack is more along the lines of, all right, Rodriguez, take your balls out of your purse and let's go kick some ass!
Hi guys, I'm Liam O'Brien. I wear a lot of hats. Voice actor, you would know me from things like Naruto series, I play Gaara. If any of you play Warcraft, I'm Illidan Stormrage. I play Asura in Asura's Wrath, War in Darksiders, Nightcrawler in the X-Men. I also voiced and directed this lovely lady in Resident Evil 6. I'm the voice director on 5. I do a lot of writing. I talk into a can a lot. This might flow out the mic. You are not prepared!
Awesome, thank you for introducing yourselves, guys. So just to let you guys know, it's going to be slightly different to the other panels that we've had at MCM so far. I'm going to start off, I'm going to be the boring one and ask the boring panel questions so you guys can ask all the fun stuff. And then what we're going to do, and this is something that I picked up from the US Comic Cons, is we're going to have a little bit of a script reading. Now, if you're familiar with the US Comic Cons, they take something like Star Wars or Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and they get a bunch of voice actors to read the parts for them. So I thought this would be a really fun thing to do here at MCM. We've never done it before. So,
You did? Why did you think that? Why did you ever think that?
because it's going to be fun, and these guys are going to love it. You guys are going to love it, right? Exactly. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to go on to Q&A, because then we can take as long as we want, or until these guys want to go home for your questions. So I think that's going to be the best way of doing it. Right? I'm going to say that's a yes. Okay, so we're going to crack on. And I've got a kind of question for each of you, but feel free to jump in as and when you would like to. And we will start with Liam this end, because I started with Adam last time. So we'll go down this way at the table. So Liam, I mean, you just mentioned there that you did the voice directing for Resident Evil 6 and Resident Evil 5, and you're also performing yourself. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences between going between those two hats and putting those two hats on?
You have a lot less responsibility and you know less as an actor. In games and animation, you go in and you know basically what you're told on the day. I mean, it's different if you're playing something like Lightning over a series of games, you learn more about her, but you come in and the director has to guide you. You're like, what am I? I'm a soldier. Okay, who's he? He's I love him? No, I hate him. He's my brother? Oh, okay. Okay, we're in love. He and I are in love with each other. Great. As a director, you've got your fingers into the whole project, and I have to have everyone's performance in my head like a radio play. There are animation jobs where the actors get together and record together, but mostly in games we're one-on-one, so Courtenay didn't have anyone else to listen to half the time, so it's up to me to keep everybody's different puzzle pieces in my head and have Courtney's delivery be something that will jive with what is to be recorded or what has been recorded. I get more headaches as a director. I lose more sleep as a director.
He does a lot of this.
Do this
Lose
when I'm
more hair as a
frustrated.
director.
Is that where it's all gone, Liam?
But I lose my voice as an actor, so I guess it evens out. Grenade.
Fantastic. So if I move on to Courtenay. Courtenay, you know, looking through your IMDb list and looking at some of the stuff you've done, you get a lot of badass women. You get a lot of tough, strong ladies.
I don't know why.
Do you ever feel like you want to play something else, or do you enjoy that kind of role, or is it that you want to play the nice princess sometimes, or is it just you enjoy being Miss, I'm going to kick your ass and rip off whatever bits that need ripping off?
I do enjoy kicking people's asses, but I played Arwen in Lord of the Rings, War in the North, and that was really fun because it was a complete departure from what I normally do. I think the beautiful thing about voice acting is that you do get the opportunity to sort of play what's in your wheelhouse and what jives with your voice, but you also get to play a much wider, you know, range of characters than you do on camera. And I feel like the ass-kicking women come maybe a little bit. I think like Ada was harder for me because she has so much impulse control than Jack. Jack was like just, you know, me after a couple of drinks. But and Ada was very, you know, measured. So I think certain things are harder that maybe would be easier for, you know, for Allie or someone who was maybe a little better behaved, Adam. But I think, you know, you get your wheelhouse and then you get to play a little bit as long as you keep your chops up. So it works out.
Fantastic. Okay, so Ali, moving on, and it kind of follows on actually brilliantly something that Courtenay said. You've done a lot of on-screen work, and you've done some big movies and stuff like that. Do you find that is there a big transition when you're kind of doing some on-screen work to doing voiceover? Is there one that you prefer, or are there kind of elements that you like and dislike of each one?
Oh, definitely. They're definitely very different. Sometimes I much prefer voice acting because I don't have to go through 2 hours of makeup. Yeah, 2 hours, and wardrobe and hair and all of that. And voice acting is a really pure version of what we do, I guess. And all of us up here have had discussions behind the scenes about coming to the voice acting world. The actor in you is much, much more important than what you sound like on the outside. It's what comes from the inside and the characters that you're playing behind the mic, not as much what you sound like, if that makes any sense. I actually feel like in on-camera work, if you head into work and you're not feeling so good from a rowdy night the night before, you can kind of fake it. They make you look good and they put good lights on you and you can kind of fake your way through. But behind the microphone, once you step into that studio, the mic hears everything. If you're tired, if you're sad, if you're dealing with some things at home, the mic and your director hears everything. So sometimes I find voice acting more challenging, also because we're in there by ourselves. And it's as if we're acting in front of a green screen if we were on camera, because in the booth there's of course nothing to react off of, and for the most part you're in there by yourself. And if we're lucky enough, like we are in Mass Effect, to be working with what was it called, the VODA system? What's that system called that we work with, Holly? Holly was sleeping.
Yeah, she's like, what?
Anyway, there's a system we work with on Mass Effect where we're so lucky because we get to hear the voice of whoever recorded before us. So if I'm having a love scene with Jennifer Hale, Femshep, then I get to hear her before I talk, and it makes those scenes, for me personally, so much more real because I don't have the challenge of having to come up with those emotions sort of out of thin air and imagine what the person has said before me. I actually get to hear it. So, do I have a favorite? No. Do I love voice acting? Yes.
Hell yes.
But the nice thing with that is that you can actually, in reverse, because sometimes when you do on-camera acting, the other person doesn't give you a lot. And so, when it's just me, I can imagine anything I want. So it comes in handy sometimes where you're like, there is no one there. So they're in love with me. That's what I'm imagining.
And the importance of a very good imagination.
So, Alex, moving on to you this time.
Yeah.
So, you've done Mass Effect, you've done some stuff. What was it like? Because, I mean, again, you did a lot of screen work before you went into the voice acting thing, and it's kind of one of the things that you've had some big games in the last year. What was that first experience like, going into that booth and doing that first gaming reel? You know, was you kind of thinking about going and doing like, oh god, I'm going to do a video game, what's this going to be like?
I had no idea what I was doing. I had absolutely no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how big the industry was. I had no idea how rewarding it would be. And I had no idea how many amazing actors work in the voiceover world or are desperate to get into it. And the further, like as exhibited here, you know, and the further my career goes as an actress on stage and screen, the more people say, how can I get into that? And the more I realize how lucky I am to be in that world. I am so lucky, and I find it incredibly freeing to be in the booth. I am very, very physical. If the director says you have a sword, I got some big ass sword that I'm going to pull out from behind and I start wielding it.
It's probably a good job that you're in the booth on your own.
Yes, it is. It's dangerous. I've always got the engineers going, no, can you get closer? No, can you move further away from
get
the
on
mic?
centre, get on centre.
Yes, that kind of stuff. But I absolutely love the voiceover jobs, like 100%.
Fantastic. Okay, so moving on to Adam, and then we're going to kind of change things up, and then I'll get you guys to ask some questions. So Adam, this one's very specific for you, because obviously you've done Anders for Dragon Age, and Anders has a large fan base of ladies who are quite a fan of Anders and gentlemen. How have you found that? Because obviously doing acting, you've come to these events, and you were here last year at October Expo. What's that been like, having these people come up to you and saying that they're in love with this character and that they love the dialogue and, you know, feel really connected to? Has that been like a weird experience? Has it been a good experience? What's that been like?
And can I just add, were they disappointed when they met you in the flesh?
Bazinga!
What are you talking about? He's dreaming.
It's been lovely. It's always nice to have people, you know, tell you that they like your work, and it's just really strange to see someone dressed up as a character you played, and you just think, why? Why do you pick my character? Because a lot of the time, you know, in Dragon Age, you think, God, Anders, man up, you're a bit of a pussy. Like, but yeah, I'm really glad he's liked, and yeah, my other voice jobs, it's nice when people, like, I mean, I've had quite a few people come up to me for Xenoblade Chronicles, which are a Nintendo Wii game in there.
Shulk, isn't it, or something?
Yeah, Shulk in Xenoblade, and because yeah, most of the attention I've had is because of Dragon Age, and it's so nice because Shulk was, you know, a big game for Nintendo, I think, and I don't know, it's kind of Dragon Age kind of seems to have swamped it. But yeah, it's nice when people come up and get me to sign that. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Was it something you expected? Like when you read through the script, did you think, oh, you know, this is going to go crazy, or did you think, you know, this is going to be low key kind of
Not
thing?
at all, because like Bioware, you know, they're very secretive. So I mean, I did Dragon Age Origins, and I guess in some ways that was kind of like an audition for Dragon Age 2. And also I took over the character from someone else, from Greg Ellis, who did it in Dragon Age Awakenings, and I guess they wanted to take the character in a different direction and make him more emo. And
So they got you naturally, Adam.
sorry.
Nothing. No, I was being mean.
Anything? What was the rest of the question?
You've answered it. Don't worry, mate. You've answered it.
He's so pretty.
It's so
pretty.
pleasing brilliance. Okay, well, thank you very much for that, guys. That was me. I wanted to get the boring panel questions out of the way so you guys can ask the fun stuff. But talking of fun stuff, you all have some scripts in front of you if you'd like to turn those over. So this is going to be a very short reading. We can do one scene, we can do two scenes. It depends on how much time we have and how much you guys enjoy it. And this is going to be the MCM voice actor panel presents Aladdin. And we've got a couple of scenes. And I'm going to tell you which guys you're playing. There's some pencils and some biros and stuff if you want to spread those out and make some notes. We're going to play like this. So if you want to have a quick read through. So what I was thinking is if we have Alex, if you could read the narrator.
Yes.
And if you can give us a very BBC kids kind of TV narrator, very cheery.
The door bursts open. Prince Ahmed storms in, missing the rear end of his pants.
Exactly it. If we can get, for the prince, could we get, no, if we can get Ali, could you do lightning for the Sultan? And Adam, for Jafar, can you do your French fable villager? Because I've heard it's very good. You can do Anders if you want, but I've heard the French is great.
Did that even exist?
I remember you telling me it existed.
A
Frenchman. Your French accent's supposed to be quite good, I'm told.
Just do a French accent.
Bollocks.
Even better.
Even better.
It was really like thrown in last second by Caroline Livingstone at Bioware. She went, you could do French, can't you? I went, no, I really can't. It's so German.
I can do
Would
the
you prefer?
French, because I speak French. You want me to do your French accent for you?
Yeah.
Oui?
Yeah.
D'accord. C'est ça? Et les Françaises, elles sont ici ou pas?
Show off.
Show off.
Total show
Do you want to do Anders instead, Adam?
Yeah, or Tintin. How about Tintin?
Tintin. All right, we'll do Jafar Tintin. There we go, Tintin. Okay.
Jafar Tintin. Oh god.
Courtenay, could you read Iago as Jack?
Fuck yeah. Let's do this thing.
And Liam, how about War for Jasmine?
Done deal.
Done deal. And then there's like a two-line prince, which I'll just read as Jean-Claude Van Damme. That's one of the impressions I can do. He's got like 2 lines. So Alex, do you want to take us away on this one?
Yeah. So, hang on. BBC Children's.
Yeah, kind of. And then,
Not Jimmy Savile, right? We're not.
No, definitely not.
Just checking.
Just checking. And then if we do the second scene, I think we'll get Sam in for trainer on the second one. So there's a good bit for her. So. Are you guys all ready? You guys got notes and stuff?
Including cuts to interior. Do you want me to do all this stuff?
Sure.
Yeah?
Make it, and by the way, guys, you can have as much fun with it if you want to change stuff. Do whatever you want. And I've been told that we can keep it light. Innuendo is way okay. So go wild.
Hey,
Can I swear?
Huh?
Can I swear? Can I swear?
Can you swear?
I'm switching over to Nightcrawler. It'll be easier to sustain.
Okay, sure. Let's do Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Cut to the interior of the Sultan's chamber. The door bursts open. Prince Ahmed storms in, missing the rear end of his pants.
I've never been so insulted.
Oh, Prince Ahmed, you're not leaving too soon, are you?
Good luck marrying her off.
Liz?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Jasmine.
The Sultan goes off into the garden looking for his daughter. He finds her, but is interrupted by Raja, Jasmine's pet tiger, who blocks him off. Raja has a piece of the prince's undershorts in his mouth. The Sultan grabs the cloth and yanks it out of Raja's mouth.
Confound it, Raja. So this is why Prince Ahmed stormed out.
Oh, Father, Raja was just playing with him. Weren't you, Raja?
Raja comes over and allows Jasmine to pet and hug him.
You were just playing with that overdressed, self-absorbed Prince Ahmed, weren't you, yeah?
She cuddles with Raja, enjoying the moment, until she looks up at her angry father.
Dearest, you've got to stop rejecting every suitor that comes to call. The law says you,
Must be married to a prince.
by your next birthday.
The law is wrong.
You've got only 3 more days.
Father, I hate being forced into this. If I do marry, I want it to be for love.
Jasmine, it's not only by this law. I'm not going to be around forever, and I want to make sure you're taken care of, provided for.
Try to understand. I've never done a thing on my own. I've never had any real friends.
Raja looks up at her and growls.
No, except you, Raja.
Satisfied, he goes back to sleep with a happy smile.
I've never even been outside the palace walls.
But Jasmine, you're a princess.
Then maybe I don't want to be a princess.
Oh, Allah forbid you should have any daughters.
Raja looks up and thinks for a second. Jasmine goes to the dove cage. Jasmine goes to the dove cage and yanks open the door. The birds fly off into freedom. She watches them go. Cut to interior of Sultan's chamber.
I don't know where she gets it from. Her mother wasn't nearly so pricky.
A shadow falls over him. He looks up, startled, and sees Jafar.
Uh-oh. Ah, Jafar, my most trusted advisor. I am in desperate need of your wisdom.
My life is back to serve you, my lord.
Very evil.
It's this suitor business. Jasmine refuses to choose a husband, and I'm at my wit's end.
Ugh, wit's end.
Oh, have a cracker, pretty Polly.
He pulls a cracker out from his pocket. Iago looks terrified. Then the Sultan stuffs it into Iago's mouth. Iago grimaces as he tries to eat it. Jafar and the Sultan both laugh.
Your Majesty certainly has a way with dumb animals.
Iago glares at him.
Now then, perhaps I can divine a solution to this thorny problem.
If anyone can help, it's you.
Ah, but it would require the use of the mystic blue diamond.
My ring? But it's been in the family for years.
It is necessary to find the princess a suitor.
Jafar turns his staff with a cobra head towards the Sultan. The eyes of the staff begin to glow. That is wicked. The room darkens. Jafar's voice slows down and deepens. The Sultan's eyes get a hypnotized look.
Don't worry. Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine.
The diamond?
Sorry, that's me.
Here, Jafar. Whatever you need will be fine.
The commander removes his ring and hands it to Jafar. The room returns to normal as Jafar pulls back the staff. The Sultan, sorry.
You are most gracious, my liege. Now roll along and play with your little toys.
Yes, that'll be pretty good.
Jafar and Iago exit. We follow them. Then they're out of the room. When we're out of the room, the parrot spits out the cracker.
I can't take it anymore. If I gotta choke down one more of those moldy, disgusting crackers, bam! Whack!
Iago begins to punch and throttle an imaginary Sultan whilst Jafar pulls a rope.
I will destroy you!
Which reveals a hidden entrance to the chambers.
Calm yourself, Iago.
Then I grab him around the head. Whack! Whack!
Soon I will be Sultan, not that addle-pated twit.
Now who's the badass biotic bitch? And then I stuff the crackers down his throat.
Jafar and Iago both laugh manically before ascending the stairs to their hidden chamber.
And end scene. Well done, guys. Amazing, fantastic. So we're going to jump straight into the questions, the Q&A. So if you have questions, hands up as normal, and we're going to run around and get you some questions. So you guys okay? You want to grab some water, and then we'll get some questions down. Okay, we've got one over here.
Well, Liam, could you, if you remember Descendants of Darkness, do you remember it?
Yes, I do. That was like playing Juliet.
Please, can you do a voice-off scene?
Do what?
A yaoi scene.
A yaoi scene? Only if Adam wants to make out with me. I don't know. Yaoi is a genre in Japan where the boys love each other.
I can't believe that didn't get a
Well, I was
cheer.
Anders in Dragon Age 2. He's pretty used to it.
Right. I don't know. He's very dreamy, isn't he? Yeah. All right, next.
Hello. Hiya. I'm just wondering, how would you advise anyone to get into voice acting?
It's a two-step process. Study to be an actor, act, do plays, watch film, go to the theater, try to get into the theater, try to get into films, and then go to where the work is. So for voice acting, the mecca for that is Los Angeles. It's not the only place, it's the main place. You could also go to London, you could go to New York, you could go to, there's places in Canada, a little bit in Texas if you're up for anime dubbing and barbecue sauce. But the main places are LA, New York, and here.
And if that doesn't work, drink like 2 gallons of whiskey, smoke like 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and scream until you sound really gravelly. That works too.
The nice sensible answer from Courtenay there.
Exactly, thank you. Worked for me.
When you're playing multiple choice, you're obviously playing characters in multiple choice games. When your character is in 2 scenes at the opposing choice, do you ever let that affect the way you play them? Or, so say the choice that you would make, you perhaps put more emphasis on?
Can you say that again, and are you directing it